right, so it seems like we have forgotten about the Baltimore Ravens since they haven't played anybody in 3 weeks. By the time they play the Houston Texans this weekend, head coach John Harbaugh was asked about how important this extra bit of rest was for his team physically and maybe even emotionally. All right, look, that's a veteran head coach who's been through it. He's won a Super Bowl, so he knows exactly what it takes to make the playoff run. But, there is validity to the question of how many weeks without playing a real game or being tackled or tackling and the pressure of 80,000 people and a third and long kind of, all the real stuff that happens in an NFL game. How many weeks can you not have that and then just expect to show up, albeit at home, albeit against a team that you're better than, and just, bang, start playing the way you left off?
Yeah, the bottom line is, listen, you have the mental rest, the emotional rest, but it's really what you're worried about is losing the physical edge, right? Because even while you're trying to get guys healthy and ready for the game, you don't want to lose that physicality in which I've been talking about, in which the Baltimore Ravens playing. Because if you're going against the Texans played the Browns and handled the Browns, right, on both sides of the football. Mm-hmm. So the hard part for the coaches, all right, when do I put the pass back on the boys, right? Sure. How do I get the guys to come out this game really ready for the fight? Because if you start off slow with CJ Stroud and the way he's throwing the football with this offense, it can get ugly for you fast.
Well, here's how I view it. It's kind of a simplistic form, and I do that. I want to dumb it down so that most of the Midwest can understand what I'm saying. And that's no disrespect, but I'm just saying it's what it is. What it is. I see the educational numbers. It ain't pretty right now. All right. Here's the deal, though. It's one thing if the Houston Texans are able to beat in their own building a 38-year-old Joe Flacco. I know that was tough. I know Joe Flacco had a resurgence like he was Dan Marino.
He threw back-to-back pick sixes.
My man, pots and pans, right?
Okay.
Back-to-back.
But the Houston Texans don't have the luxury this week of playing against a 38-year-old Joe Flacco.
100%.
They're playing against the MVP of the league.
But this isn't about the Texans, Craig. This is about I'm simply talking about Baltimore. Listen, when the year I won a Super Bowl and we had a first-round bye and we had to play the San Diego Chargers at home. I remember Mike Tomlin telling us, and he allowed us to go away on vacation, get with our loved ones, heal up and all that stuff, and we all came back in the building. The first thing we did when we got back in the building, full padded practice. Because he understood. Football this time of year is about physicality.
Well, he's also not stupid. He wants to knock the Bahamas out of all of you.
What else? Yeah, he knocked Mexico right out of me. So
exactly right. Yeah. Hey, stop talking Spanish. All right, let's go get somebody. Look, it's funny because you've got San Francisco on one side, you got Baltimore on the other side, haven't played essentially in 3 weeks, and the expectation is, since you're both 10-point favorites, Baltimore against the Texans, San Fran against Green Bay, there's an expectation that they run those teams out of the building.
I don't think so. I think listen, I love Baltimore and I love what they've been able to do this year. But watching the Texans, through the last couple of weeks, they're a different outfit, man. We'll see what happens.
Stop. Relax.
You refuse to believe anything.
Any underdog. Any underdog.
You're just
absolutely impossible.
You get mad at. First of all, you get mad at.
Do you remember before the Cowboys-Packers game how he was talking about that game happening?
On top of that, but this is my thing. When Greg Jennings comes up and he goes, put the team on his back, right?
Yeah.
And Greg gives you the old faithful, bet the quarterback, bet this. You're like, oh, Greg, how can you do? But you're doing the same thing. You're picking the Niners and the Ravens and all the juggernauts of the team. Of course,
and the Cowboys over the Packers. Right. You're like, there's no chance the Packers beat the Cowboys.
Bye-bye,
so
Jerry.
Weird because I don't remember making that pick. But if you say I did, then I'll go. Okay. All right, time now for our favorite Tuesday morning segment, although something we like to call But here we go.
Yes.
The Green Bay Packers went to Dallas and they beat the Cowboys.
Beat them up, Craig.
And Jordan Love played great in that game. But what? Now they're playing the San Francisco 49ers.
Means nothing.
The best team on both sides of the ball, and they're going to get waxed in San Francisco.
Yeah, I think when you talk about LaFleur and what he said after the game, how the team has new energy, the run game, this defense who's played lights out the last couple of weeks, they're going to be ready for the fight. It's going to be a closer game than you think. And Jordan Love, by all accounts, has arrived.
Number 2. The Dallas Cowboys have 36 regular season wins in the last 3 years. And Dak Prescott actually had a great regular season. But you cannot trust Mike McCarthy or Dak Prescott or that star in January or the postseason.
Damn all that. You can't trust that defense. What the hell were they thinking going into Jerry's world looking like that in a playoff game at home? So, you can get mad at Dak all you want. That defense was atrocious. It was bad.
Number 3. the Buffalo Bills fired their offensive coordinator in midseason.
Yeah.
The head coach invoked 9/11 terrorists to try to motivate
That's a long time ago.
But they're 60 minutes away from the AFC Championship game.
Yes. Listen, I'm not going to celebrate being the Steelers. You're supposed to be the Steelers at home. You are supposed to. That was light work. That was a little amuse boost for the real meal that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't let this team beat the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is the last time he won a road playoff game.
He never has. 0. He's got a big goose egg in that regard. That's right.
But I was telling Jacoby earlier, I think what's going to hurt the Buffalo Bills that they did play on Monday, and that the Chiefs actually have an extra day of rest. So they're a day behind, and I think it's going to the Bills. I think the Bills are going to get mopped up.
Oh, stop it. They're not going to get mopped up. Kansas City doesn't mop anybody up.
They don't get mopped up.
By the way, they're playing Mason Rudolph. They had to win. All right, I got 2 more for you real quick. Yeah! The Eagles were 10-1 at one point during this season. And they went to the Super Bowl last year. But everybody hates Nick Sirianni. Jalen Hurts is overrated. That defense sucks, and they're afraid to tackle.
Don't forget everyone's retiring.
Who?
Jason
retired. I don't know how this turns around, man, but there's going to be some major overhaul from top to bottom. I pray for Eagles fans because it doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon.
Final one for you. We're a tight-knit family. We all like each other. But our producer, Scott, made soup and did not share it with the entire crew.
I
never had the soup.
I requested the soup. I got the soup. You did not request the soup. You didn't get the soup.
Jacoby got the soup. Willie didn't get the soup.
Did you get the soup?
Craig didn't get the soup. And Ethan didn't get the soup.
Well, Ethan got the meatballs that Craig made. Jacoby didn't get any meatballs. Willie, did you get any meatballs?
I didn't get anything, so that's the real problem.
The meatballs are in the oven right now. It's a post-show gift to everybody.
Right. That's a lot.
Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.